High carbs, creamy desserts. All right, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about how my diet's changed in the last couple of days, tracking some of the weight changes, how I felt changing this food a little bit, and also have a look at some of that posing and physique shots that I am getting over the last couple of days. The last couple of days I've been hitting in that region of 2,300 calories, big up on the carbs over the last couple of days, looking at the macros of 140-ish, about 140, 145 grams of protein, about 370 grams of carbs, and 32 of fat. So it's a big change from what I was hitting before. In that first day, I was freaking loving those carbs, diving into banana, peanut butter, honey, in breakfast, and then a bucket load of rice. So much rice. I really enjoyed this straight off the bat, coming in out of very high protein, a lot less carbs. It was really enjoyable to eat the sweetness that was involved in this food for the first couple of meals, but I found it really difficult that I didn't have that satiety factor. I didn't have that feeling of fullness that I had before in some of the previous meals that I'd been eating, probably because this massive drop in protein. That being said, I still really enjoyed the food, the chicken, the rice, taking time to sit and enjoy, taking time to savor some of the flavors that I had. I did find though that my energy dropped quite a lot, and I found it quite difficult to kind of be engaged in some of my workouts where I felt like I was just tired, even though I was eating 400 calories more than I was eating, maybe a little bit more than 400 calories more than I was eating. I did find that it was really difficult still, and I just felt like I'd lost a load of energy. Alongside this, even though I'd eaten more carbs and more calories, I'd actually still lost weight. My hydration had stayed the same. I was probably looking in that region of 3, now maybe 4 liters of water a day. And I still feel like, even though I'm feeling fuller and I'm starting to look a little bit more sharp, I feel like I still didn't have the energy. I felt like I was still craving food. I found it really difficult as well. Went out for a couple of drinks. I had just some Pepsi Max, but we also visited creamy desserts. And sitting there wanting that sticky toffee pudding with ice cream was a real big challenge, because it was that sweetness and everything that I was craving. And literally the strawberries and dark chocolate that I had for my snack that evening was probably the best 100 grams of strawberries and 12.5 grams of dark chocolate I've ever had. We have found that weight has been tracking down over the last few days. I'm still feeling lean, still looking good. My posing is definitely getting better. I'm starting to feel sharper as I drive in between the stages of the posing. We're starting to feel like a little bit more of a flow. I'm starting to find the positions a little bit more comfortably as we roll through this. Over the last few days as well, we have hit a 12K run, not building up too much fatigue, felt like more of a tempo session, and we've hit both some kind of upper and lower mixture of training. What I've been working with as we dive closer and closer to this competition is taking away loads of the central nervous system fatigue, because I have been in this deficit for so long now. We've pumped up into some higher repetitions of training. The last session that I did, despite getting no videos of this, is we're hanging up to 15, maybe 20 repetitions, getting a nice big pump up around the shoulders, the biceps, the triceps, and then popping in a little bit of high volume legs as well to keep the legs ticking over, but scrapping all of my high intensity stuff at the moment as we just make sure we maintain this physique rolling into the competition in just 7 days time. That was the last couple of days on high carbs. We are now going to dive into a third day of high carbs. This day we are going to hit up for about 2,700 calories, over 150 grams of protein, so it's probably going to feel a little bit more full. Slamming the carbs up to 430 grams of carbs, and then diving into 50 grams of fat. So unbelievable. I'm so looking forward to that nut butter. Later on in the evening, I'm going to drive into some really tasty food and just get in and try and feel full. Hopefully in that position, we're feeling good going into next week. We're going to still keep up with the posing, still keep up with that routine. I'm going to keep you updated with how I'm feeling, how things are going, the energy that I have, the workouts that I'm doing going forwards into this final week of prep. Really excited for this competition. Really excited for my first bodybuilding competition in 7 days. It feels so close now. So really looking forward to it. If you are liking this journey and want to see how it goes, the first bodybuilding competition in just 7 days, and then that 10K run just 7 days later, like and subscribe and follow along to my endurance and aesthetics journey. Let's go, guys.